Minecraft! Yeah! Hello everyone! Welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be reacting to one of the early uploads from the YouTube channel The Game Theorists. I'm a huge fan of their work and I hope that you enjoy this video as well. This video came out in the year 2016, so I think it's around 5 years ago. Let's start.
Oh great, my Facebook feed is filled with crazy conspiracies again. Yeah Dan, I'm sure the CIA is super concerned about you identifying as a waterbender. Why, of course the Illuminati were behind the Harambe shooting.
Oh, come on. We miss you, Harambe.
It's a mass conspiracy to get everyone's dicks out. Oh, and big surprise, the craziest of all, people who still believe that the planet is flat. Oh, sorry, I should have read the whole article first. It says that Minecraft takes place on a flat, cuboidal planet. Huh. I wonder. Seriously, more dicks for Harambe. Oh, I'm so sick of penises for gorillas.
Come on. It's supposed to be family friendly. Come on.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Hello.
Round Earth Truthers since 2016. Speaking of 2016, this year admittedly has been a rough one.
Not as rough as 2020.
Though events like the Olympics brought the world together, terrorist attacks and civil wars have just as frequently torn us apart. But while most of the rest of the world was worrying about the spread of the Zika virus or the economic ramifications of the Brexit,
It's so cute that you are worried about the Zika virus back in 2016. 2020, significantly much worse. Yeah.
there was one other huge issue that reared its ugly head online. An issue that many thought was long eradicated at this point, but still somehow got itself plenty of attention. Much like the resurgence of measles, old diseases come back stronger than ever. And in this case, the issue in question was whether the Earth is flat. Seriously. The top of this year saw bunches of social posts as D-list celebrities once again questioned centuries worth of scientific teaching and probably their own experiences on flights. Photos from space? Bah, that curvature I see is obviously photoshopped. See that curved horizon? It's a classic Illuminati mind trick. And yet no matter how many times you leave a well-substantiated, scientifically backed claim in the thread, nothing you can do will ever get them to think any differently. Man, people are just stubborn sometimes. Now, for as dumb as this whole thing was, it did get me thinking. Minecraft is a beautiful game that is basically home to millions of living, breathing worlds. And yet, whenever I see those worlds depicted, they're always shown to be giant cubes floating in space. Globes that have been smushed down and turned into glorified Rubik's cubes. And when you think about it, that would seem to make sense. Every person and thing in the Minecraft verse is made out of blocks. Pig? Blocks. Tree, blocks. Box, blocks. And whenever you look up, you...
And look at bright side, it's so popular that, Dream. And also, 2021, Minecraft is still very popular.
see a square moon and a square sun. So clearly the planet Minecraft should be set in a world shaped like a rectangular prism. No, actually. Because, well, logically it might make the most sense for Minecraft to take place on a Picasso-esque cubist world. That simply isn't the case when you look at the science. In fact, what the science has to say about the Minecraft world is simultaneously surprising and incredibly fitting for a game as beautiful and rich as this one. So let's solve some mysteries about the Minecraft world the good old-fashioned way by sciencing the heck out of them. So how can I prove that Minecraft's world looks like this and not this? Well, forget all those complicated pixel measurements and calculations. It's literally as easy as doing this. Seriously, all you have to do is jump. It's as easy as falling over, and that's no exaggeration. You see, gravity is a force that attracts any two objects with mass. You, as an object with mass, have a gravitational pull. Granted, it's a teeny tiny one, but remember, size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it.
Come on, family friendly. Come on.
Besides, I'm not gonna judge. I'm attracted to you nonetheless. In a strictly gravitational way, that is. Heyo! How am I not doomed to be single for the rest of my life?
Oh my god, you see, even the cat is stealing your food in the fridge.
Now, in the case of a human walking around on Earth, the planet is so massive relative to you, all you feel is the gravitational pull into the ground. But it's not just pulling you down, it's pulling you into the center of the Earth. Now, the strength of the force of gravity is proportional to the planetary body's mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the center of the body. Don't worry about it, that was just a bunch of gobbledygook so I could throw the equation up on the screen. Instead, let me simplify it for you. If you're on a sphere, like you are on Earth, where every point is basically the same distance from the center of the globe, gravity all around the Earth is consistent at 9.81 meters per second squared. However, if your planet was in the shape of, I don't know, say a cube, like most people assume Minecraft's planet is, the pull of gravity would actually lessen as you got closer to the edge of the planet because you're getting further and further away from the core. Let me show you what I mean with some really quick math. So before beta 1.8, there existed the far lands, signifying the end of the Minecraft world. They were about 12.5 million blocks, or in real world measurements, meters away from the center of your world. If you calculate out the distance to the core of the Minecraft Earth from the middle of the cube versus the edge of the cube, the edges of the cube are about 5 million meters further away, or over 3,000 miles. To put that into context, if you were 3,000 miles further away from Earth's core right now, you would be well above most astronauts when they fly, which is about 200 to 400 miles up. You'd also be past most satellites, which are up about 3,000 miles from the surface of Earth. The only thing still left above you would be GPS satellites that are about 6,000 miles up. So now, based on that earlier gobbledygook formula I threw up on the screen, we can actually calculate that.
So technically speaking, if you are that high up, you'll be rotating around the Earth. Oh no, it's not rotating around Earth. Falling towards the Earth non-stop. Yeah.
Gravity at the edges of the Minecraft world would be about half the strength that it would be from where you first spawned because you're so much further away from the center of the planet. At the corner Farlands, it would actually be even less because it's the furthest point from the planet's core. Because of this, in the Farlands, Minecraft Steve would be able to jump incredibly high and fall much slower, both of which though don't happen in the game, meaning that gravity isn't changing based on where we are in the Minecraft world. The only way that this would be possible is if you're basically the same distance from Earth's center of gravity at all times. This just isn't possible in a cubed world, nor in a pyramid world, not even a parallelepiped world. The only shape of planet where this could possibly work is a spherical world, providing us evidence that the Minecraft world is actually round. But it's not just the force of gravity, it's also the angle of gravity. You see, the gravitational force would be pulling Minecraft Steve towards the center of the planet, the center of gravity. On a spherical world, that's always at a right angle to the ground. But on a cuboidal planet, again, because you can move so much further away from the core at different places on the surface, gravity would act on you at a different angle based on your distance. Even though Steve would be standing on flat ground, it would actually feel like he's on a slope because gravity would be acting on him at an angle rather than straight down. Remember when I said that proving Minecraft's world was round was as easy as falling down? Well, it's true. If you were to jump off of a tall tower, or since this is Minecraft, I suppose, a giant recreation of popular MMO's face made entirely out of wool and redstone, you wouldn't fall straight down towards the Earth. Instead, you would fall at a slight angle as gravity pulled you closer to the planet's center.
Oh, wow. So the Earth can't be cuboidic cube.
Actually feel real bad for Minecraft Steve. If he were real, he would not only feel disoriented all the time, but he would literally just topple over sometimes because his sense of gravity wouldn't match up to what he was seeing around him. His equilibrium would be so messed up. But gravity isn't the only way that we can prove the cubes of Minecraft exist in a rounded world. There's also the behavior of the sun and the moon in the game. First, during sunrise and sunset, look into the sky. You know what? Actually, take a minute and appreciate the night sky. This game is just beautiful. The sunset, the level of detail here, it's gorgeous. Ugh, so good. All right, back to science. Notice how the reds of the sun form a round, almost spherical shape in the sky? Well, the colors of a sunrise and sunset come from light having to pass through more particles of atmosphere to reach your eye. When light hits a gas molecule in the air, some of it gets absorbed and then scattered. Because blue light has a shorter wavelength that tends to get scattered more, hence the sky being blue during the day. This process is called Rayleigh scattering. But in the evening, with the sun so low in the sky, light actually has a longer distance to travel to reach your eye. As a result, most of the blue light is already scattered before it reaches you, leaving the longer wavelength lights of reds, oranges, and yellows as the ones that you end up seeing. And as we can see, that's largely how it works in Minecraft's world as well, except it shouldn't. Or at least it shouldn't if the planet was a cube. You see, if the planet were a cube, the gravity differential across the faces of the planet would also affect the atmosphere surrounding the planet, with the gases drawn towards the points with highest gravity, i.e. the center of each of the planet's faces. As a result, the starting spawn location of every Minecraft map would have a very thick atmosphere, and the edges would be very thin. This means that light would actually behave very differently at different points of the map. At noon at the center of the map, because of the light having to pass through that thicker layer of atmosphere, the sky would appear almost like a sunset, red and orange. All the colors of a sunset, all the convenience of it being in the middle of the day. And conversely, at the end of the day, with the light passing through the thinner atmosphere along the edges of the planet, that's when the sky would be bluer. It's practically the reverse of what it is IRL, and also the reverse of what it is in the game. Which means, loyal theorists, that even though Minecraft's world may seem like an infinitely flat plane or...
Oh, so it is not an infinitely flat plane, is what you're trying to say. Huh.
Cube-shaped world, the actual scientific evidence points to it being a sphere based on the behavior of gravity and the planet's celestial bodies. But while the overall shape of Minecraft's cube-filled yet rounded world is actually similar to our own, the way it behaves definitely isn't. For one, planet Minecraft doesn't rotate like a normal planet. In fact, it doesn't move at all. And even though the ramifications of what this means just occurred to me, it shouldn't have been all that big of a surprise. I mean, think about it. I'm able to fly hundreds of thousands of meters into the air, eventually leaving the atmosphere and entering the cold dead reaches of space, and yet, when I fall back down to the planet, I land in the exact same square that I started with. For fun, you can even dig a hole into the planet and fall from space into that 1 meter by 1 meter hole. That is how precise it is. Go ahead, hover out there in space for a couple days, then drop back down. Nothing under you changes. And what the...
It's like, go! Wow. It doesn't rotate?
That proves is that the planet isn't moving under your character. It is stationary. But then why would that be a big deal? Well, that would mean that the sky is the one that's doing the moving. You see, on Earth, we have day and night because the Earth rotates around its axis. During the day, your side of the Earth is facing the sun, and as your little point on the globe turns away from the sun, it becomes night. But as we just saw, Minecraft's planet doesn't spin or rotate at all. And yet, there are still clearly days and nights, so something has to be changing here. How is this possible? Well, if the Earth isn't moving, that means that the sky has to be the one that's rotating around us. And while this may seem far-fetched, it's an idea that's existed since the ancient Greeks. Specifically, Plato and Aristotle proposed what's known as a geocentric model of the universe, with the Earth stationary and in the middle of everything. Which, let's face it, is a much more exciting thing to find in the center of the universe than whatever that glowing thing was there in No Man's Sky.
Come on. Family friendly, and also the No Man's Sky reference is a bit old. Just saying.
Am I right? Up top! High five me up top! thank you. From there, the sun, moon, stars,
The reference is very old.
and other planets were attached to giant crystal spheres moving at uniform speeds to create the revolution of the heavens around us, around the Earth. And so nowadays we look at those guys and think, geez, what total narcissists thinking that they were the center of the universe. When in actuality, anyone who's played Minecraft is actually living in that exact universe. The in-game science backs it up too. Notice how the moon and the sun are always 180 degrees apart from each other in the sky? They're rotating around the planet, which admittedly has some weird implications about the phases of the moon, but that's a whole topic for another day.
Which admittedly had some weird implication about the phases, of the moon, but that's a whole topic for another day. Interesting.
Also notice how the stars are moving at the same rate as the moon. The position of the constellations relative to the moon never actually changes. If the Minecraft world was in fact the thing moving, we would see different stars in the sky, different perspectives of those stars, or at the very least, the sun and the moon would move at different speeds. Something. But instead, you see everything moving completely evenly around the Earth, exactly like it's all on one big track, making it clear that everything you see in the Minecraft sky points to you being the center of it all. So are you surprised that you're literally the center of the universe in Minecraft? Honestly, it shouldn't come as that much of a shock. Think about Minecraft as a game and what it stands for. As I talked about in my analysis of the ending of Minecraft, the whole universe of this game is about the players shaping the world around them, making the world into anything they want it to be, giving them ultimate power. Really, this is the figurative interpretation of what it means to be the center of your own universe, to be in control of everything that happens around you in the world. This game is designed so that you feel like anything is possible, and even the smallest of details, like the fictional astronomy in the sky, backs up that feeling. You are the creator, you are the builder, and everything revolves around the choices that you make, both figuratively and, as we just saw, literally too.
Literally, the world revolves around you in the game lah.
But hey, that's just a theory. Two
Minecraft in real life.
theories, actually, when you think about it. The rounded Earth and the center of the universe thing. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, that's just two theories.
In Minecraft, torches stay lit during rain. You can't expect that. That's a nice everything you have. That's a nice everything you have. Be a shame if something happens to it. No.
These two game theories. Thanks for watching.
No, creeper, don't do it. Then. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed these videos as much as I did. Wow. Because Minecraft, let's be honest, is still very popular even until now in 2021. So yeah. If you do like this video, please consider to like and share and subscribe to my channel and comment down below if you have anything to share with us. Thank you. The video that I just reacted to came from the YouTube channel The Game Theorists. Yeah, I hope that you support them and show appreciation for their work. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.